Good morning to you. It is Sunday, February 24th. I'm Josh Swartz. We thank you so much for waking up with us this morning, and only here on 10 News. Tampa Mayor Bob Buckhorn talking about the Twitter hack that left pornographic, racist, and threatening tweets up for hours on his city account. What he's telling us is being done to make sure it doesn't happen again. And a plane crashes into a Manatee County house. What we are learning about the pilot instructor killed and the student who survived. And new this morning, the Pope is pledging to put an end to clergy sex abuse. His vow to confront abusers and end the cover-up. But first, hot, humid, but a little less sun today. Let's get a first check on the forecast with 10 weather meteorologist Natalie Ferrari. Good morning to you, Natalie.
Good morning, Josh. Yeah, it's getting to the point where the hairspray is just not even helping your girl out.
Forget it.
It's getting worse and worse.
Is there a cold front coming, though?
Yeah, right around the corner. And a cold front on our terms means we're going to get temperatures back near normal. The past week has just been unseen. I'm going to show you how things will change, though, coming up.
Developing now, southbound I-75 at 301 remains closed following a deadly crash. Take a look. This is video from a witness who tweeted early this morning that one car crashed and then that crashed into another car. Florida Highway Patrol says one person was killed. Again, southbound lanes of 75 at the 301 exit remain closed right now. We will post updates as we get them to WTSP.com and our 10 News app. Also, state troopers are investigating after a pedestrian was hit and killed just past the Kathleen Road exit on I-4. That's near Lakeland. Troopers say that the person was walking along I-4 and then for some reason stepped into traffic. 2 lanes of westbound I-4 are blocked. Well, this morning, deputies in Pasco are investigating a deadly encounter between neighbors. This is in Port Richey on County Lake Drive. Pasco deputies say that a man was arguing with a woman when his neighbor heard the fight and confronted him. The neighbor said he then shot the man in the chest after he started making death threats. That man died at the hospital. No arrests have been made. New this morning, Pope Francis is calling for a, quote, all-out battle against sex abuse in the church. The Pope made the comment to wrap up a Vatican summit on preventing clergy sex abuse. He compared the abuse of children to human sacrifice and vowed to confront abusers with, quote, the wrath of God, end cover-ups and prioritize victims. However, the Pope stopped short of offering any concrete policy fixes. Right now, United Methodist leaders are meeting for a landmark vote on whether to allow same-sex marriage and gay clergy in the church. Today marks the second of what is a 4-day-long conference in St. Louis. For more than 800 Methodist delegates from around the world are meeting. People have been protesting outside of that meeting as well. A final vote could come anytime between now and Tuesday. Well, just an unbelievable scene here at a Polk County home. Look at this. A plane crashed into that house. It happened during a training flight with one student and an instructor on board. The instructor was killed. 10 News reporter Grady Trimble spoke with the family of that instructor pilot.
Neighbors heard a loud noise and came outside to see a plane sticking out of this home near the Winter Haven Airport. The crash and NTSB investigators are on their way to the scene to figure that out.
Wow. We have learned that the instructor pilot, James Wagner, had an instructor's license, but it expired at the end of last year, according to the FAA's website. The FAA tells us that is also part of their investigation. Well, in Bradenton, a toddler is in the hospital after being attacked by at least one of his grandmother's pit bulls. The 2-year-old was in critical condition when he was hospitalized. Today marks his 3rd birthday. As for the grandmother's 2 dogs, they are now in the hands of animal control. Friends, family, even complete strangers coming together last night to honor and remember Jabez Spann. The Sarasota teen disappeared more than a year ago. His family, they had been holding out hope for so long, hoping to see him again. But last week, a man who was repairing a fence in rural Manatee County discovered Jabez's skeleton remains. Some believe he was killed after witnessing a murder. Sarasota police are pleading to anyone with information to come forward. In his first TV interview since having his Twitter account hacked, Tampa Mayor Bob Buckhorn spoke with 10 News reporter Madison Allworth about what happened and what's being done to make sure it doesn't happen again. Well, across the bridge in St. Pete, Mayor Rick Kreisman delivered his annual State of the City address yesterday. He talked about improvements in the city. He says, for one, crime has dropped 35% in the past 5 years, and that includes a drop in car thefts, which of course have been an ongoing issue we've been reporting on. He also says the city has better sewage pipes, more bike lanes, LED solar-powered lights. All of this part of the city's commitment to going green, he says.
We know that
Well, the mayor says he wants your input as well. You can go to stpete2050.com to leave a suggestion on ways to improve the city. The owner of the New England Patriots is facing charges for soliciting prostitution in Palm Beach County. Robert Kraft is one of hundreds of people charged in a multi-county sex bust. Police say Kraft was driven to the Orchids of Asia day spa 2 different times and received sex acts while there, which were captured on video taken inside the building. But he is not the only one. There are hundreds of arrest warrants so far, and we are told that more names will be released soon. Well, a shipment of citrus turns into a $20 million drug bust. All right, tonight is the night. The red carpet is rolled out for the 91st Annual Academy Awards ceremony, and it is a race for Best Picture with The Favourite and the Netflix film Roma leading the pack with 10 nominations each. The Favourite's a favorite, Natalie. Have you seen it? The Strawberry Festival kicks off this week. The 11-day event starts Thursday in Plant City with the band Alabama headlining. And by the way, students in Hillsborough County, they will get the day off from school on Monday, March 4th. To attend. And listen to this, a big cocaine bust in Georgia started off with some unsuspecting citrus. U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers found almost 1,200 pounds of cocaine hidden in a shipment of pineapples from Colombia. Agents say the street value of the cocaine is just a little more than $19 million. Them some expensive pineapples.
I know, no kidding. Isn't that like every drug-related movie ever in history?
Put them in a pineapple.
They'll get there.
Oh my gosh. Clever.
But speaking of movies, are you going to be, checking out who wins?
Yeah, I always feel like I'm behind. Like I've seen A Star is Born. We saw Bohemian Rhapsody last night.
Thank you for bringing that up first. He's like, that's the only reason I'm going to be watching to see.
Are you a
Gaga
fan?
and Cooper. I mean, it's rumored that I have a bit of a bias towards Lady Gaga, but
it's an obsession.
Sorry.
Unhealthy.
But not really.
She's not sorry at all.
You feel me? Yeah, but at least getting to this evening, you're going to be looking at a pretty decent day. Not picture perfect, but we are dealing with at least find where you put that light sweater, because we're actually going to be waking up pretty close to the near 60-degree mark. I know Josh is kind of in awe over there. Near 60 degrees with highs, staying in the 70s all week long.
All right, thanks, Natalie. Well, each year, tens of millions of people, they visit Florida state parks, from camping to surfing to kayaking. There's a whole lot to do. So 10 News reporter Sean Stryker spent a couple of days on the road exploring the parks from right here in our own backyard all the way to Key Largo. Here's a little taste of what he found. Well, when this woman right here, Paige Snedeker, was in high school, an art teacher encouraged her to pursue her dream of writing and illustrating children's books. It seemed far-fetched considering the challenges Paige would face, but instead of making excuses, she made her dream come true. 10 News reporter Bobby Lewis is on the road in Clearwater with an inspiring woman who has authored a story of determination.
We love doing these speeches.
To say it.
Wow.
Way to go, Paige.
Seize the day, no excuses right there. Just see that,
Absolutely.
unbelievable. Paige, she has written 3 children's books. She's created a website called The Paige Project where she encourages others to overcome limitations. She even autographs her own books by, you saw there holding the pen in her teeth.
Messages and a beauty and a love and a soul that could really resonate with a lot of folks out there.
Gosh, just beautiful. In the meantime, some beautiful weather outside too. Look at that.
I mean, I'm just looking forward to next week. Now, I do have to be honest with you. I do think we're going to have a good mix of sunshine and cloud cover really over the next couple of days. And look at that midweek rain chance. Keep that in mind. I don't think it's going to be nonstop all day, but we do have a better potential for some scattered showers and a few storms Tuesday and Wednesday. And that's really what's going to help keep temperatures in those mid 70s.
Did somebody say cold front?
Yeah, cool front.
Have a great rest of your Sunday, everybody.